French aren't a protected group, they're a feral horde of scale eaters who occasionally get moody and guillotine people who don't understand obvious sarcasm. Hello! I am Aoyalaipe, and I like to hop into top tier matches in War Thunder and then personally kill the entire enemy team by myself. Welcome to my channel. Hey, did something die in here? Yeah, actually, I think it was this entire team. Or maybe it was this team, I don't know, it all blends together. Ugh, that annoying F-15 is just lobbing missiles at me. Don't worry, I'll just go ahead and kill him and his entire team for you. There you go, you should be all set now. Now, I have one of those snazzy new F-15s. There's a whole enemy team over there, and I don't think this team's looking too good, you guys. You dirty spawn camper! But hey, I was killing everyone anyways. Hey, is this your first time wiping a team? Nah, it's kind of my thing. Wait, are you the crazy Val guy? Yeah, that's me. No, you're not. Oh my god, you are. Okay, now, do you see this team here? Yeah, that one died too. Okay, hey, I think you get the idea at this point. Fox 3s are one of the most fun things Gaijin has ever added to this game, but so many people don't have the skills to, not get clapped by them. So what do you need to know? A kill chain. You need to understand and apply the concept of a kill chain. That's the skill you're missing. And this is a universal concept. It doesn't matter if you're playing arcade mode, realistic mode, sim mode, or actual real life mode in Ukraine. The exact details will differ, but the basic concept remains the same. So let me get this sorted for you. Fundamentally, it's pretty straightforward. In order for someone to kill you with a missile in War Thunder, or in any other circumstance, they have to complete all of these following steps. First, they have to see you or otherwise know that you're there. 2, they have to decide to shoot at you. 3, they have to get within range of you. 4, they then have to actually shoot the missile at you. Number 5, it has to be a good missile shot. This isn't technically a step, but if it's not a good missile shot, it's almost certainly going to miss anyways. 6, that good missile shot has to hit you. And number 7, that hit has to kill you, which, I mean, this one's kind of pointless, because, like, even if you technically survive, your plane's going to be so screwed up, it's not going to be doing anything. Like, look here, like, do you think I'm going to be doing much damage with this thing? So let's just delete that last one, for simplicity's sake. An enemy player has to complete all 6 of these steps to kill you. If they miss just one step in this chain, you don't die. The problem most War Thunder players have when they really truly get, to the end of top tier, is that this link here is the only link they really truly understand. Even if they academically understand this other stuff exists, they tend not to really internalize or rely on it. Most people think that if someone shoots a missile at you, you dodge the missile and that's how you deal with missiles, and that is wrong. Well, actually, if you're like in rank 6, it's actually a fairly correct way to do it, but by rank 8 it's not, because as counterintuitive as it sounds, if missiles get harder to dodge, the less your missile dodging ninja skills matter, and the more you're not getting shot at in the first place skills matter. So as missiles get better and more numerous, this link matters less and less. If that's all you rely on, you'll get absolutely pasted. In realistic, this is a gradual process because planes slowly get more and more missiles. The first time you encounter someone with good missiles, they will probably have just 2 good missiles. In arcade, however, it's a goddamn learning cliff because the first time you encounter someone with good missiles, they will have infinity good missiles because they reload. So if you've ever seen someone throw a hissy fit about top tier aircraft and be like, it's just no skill missile spam, bah, I'd bet 99 to 1 odds that this was their skill issue. Missile spam? What missile spam? This is nothing. There are like 4 different reasons none of these missiles will hit. But now that realistic players have to go up against 16 players each loaded down with a half dozen Fox 3s, you don't have a choice anymore. You have to learn how to use a kill chain or you're gonna suck no matter what game mode you play. Alright, so let's hop into a top tier arcade spammer match so I can show you how to apply this concept to terrorize an entire team to death. This is a smaller match, so it'll be easier to follow along while I show you the fundamentals. Also, this team kinda sucked, and so I eventually realized that, hey, these guys are bad enough that I could just straight up farm them for content. So I started going out of my way to clearly show off as many different approaches as possible here, starting like, I don't know, like halfway, 2/3 of the way through the match. So I could get them all in one match for my tutorial, so I'd have to do less editing. This channel has always been carried by the gameplay, not the editing. I'll show you, sort of an advanced version of how to kill a difficult team next week, or last week, or like most weeks. I do this most weeks. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to dive for this hill. Why? Because the enemy can't see me if I'm behind a hill, even if it's a very shallow hill. It's a bit of a non-starter for killing me. When I pop out, I'm going to attack very quickly and leave, and I'm going to be dumping countermeasures the whole time. Fox 3s are extra susceptible to cold flying, ground clutter, and chaff. They can easily hit a player flying towards them, but a player flying away at low altitude while chaffing, they will basically never hit if that player has at least a 3 or 4 kilometer head start. However, I need to fly towards enemy players to attack them. This means I am very vulnerable to counterattack while I am attacking them because we're both in a head-on, which is the ideal position to be killed by a Fox 3. Therefore, if everyone is facing each other, I want to attack the enemy players as quickly as I possibly can, and then make sure I can turn away and get out of there before the enemy Fox 3s are within 3 to 4 kilometers of me. This means their missiles don't have a chance to hit me, but my missiles have a chance to hit them. Also, dumping countermeasures not only messes up incoming missiles, but it also discourages enemy players from attacking me. Think about this for a second. If you have 5 targets in front of you and only one of them is chaffing, you aren't shooting at the one target that's chaffing. Yes, you have a lot of missiles, but you also have a lot of targets. Therefore, being the least convenient target provides a huge advantage. You're going to get shot at less. Also, I've said this before a few times in videos you can find by just watching all my videos until you see the explanation, but it can be shockingly easy to get missiles to fly into trees once you get some practice in. So some people will be like, all you do is hide behind a mountain and spam missiles at your IPA, but that's just vile slander. Sometimes I'm hiding in a tree. You may have also noticed that I don't do too much notching in my videos. The reason why is that if I'm notching, that dictates the direction I have to fly in, but that is rarely the direction I want to be flying in anyways. It restricts my freedom of movement. Oftentimes, this will result in another player getting a better missile shot at me while I'm trying to dodge that first missile shot. Therefore, I try to avoid having to be in a position to notch missiles. It's generally only something I do if I've messed something else up. I want my freedom of movement because if I have freedom of movement, I should almost always be able to put terrain and airfield or my teammates between me and enemy players whenever I deem it convenient. This will discourage people from attacking me when I don't want them to, and it will also make it hard for them to get within range or to get a shot at me, and especially get a good shot at me. And if they aren't attacking me when I'm not ready for it, then that basically means I can always make sure I have an advantage. I can always make sure that I'm the one who shoots first. This is why you see me dipping behind trees or shallow hills all the time or flying through a bunch of teammates. I'm spoiling someone else's attack or making it so tricky for a potential attacker to actually attack me that they just don't bother. The earlier you break the kill chain, the less time and effort it takes. That gives you more flexibility and opportunity to attack and kill enemy players. But now I'm going to flip this lesson around and start getting people to attack me. This enemy team has already been snowballed. As I said, it's a pretty bad team, a small match, so it got snowballed quickly. So, okay, this is where blame deception comes in, because if everyone tries to kill me, they can't kill me, but it becomes much easier for me to kill them. Okay, so there's 2 S-tier advantages you can have: speed, range, and firepower. And you're probably confused, but speed and range are 2 sides of the same coin. They both help you avoid dying in similar ways, and this will become clear whenever I make my FRS-1 video. Maneuverability, if you're wondering, is an A-tier advantage, as you will see whenever I make my MiG-29 SMT video. Fox 3s brutally snowball teams in arcade, because if the enemy team loses all their spam rammers, you've demoted them back to like Fox 1 jets, and you still have, Fox 3s, then you have a huge range advantage, which you can use to avoid dying, and your Fox 3s entail a massive firepower advantage you can bring to bear to kill everyone. The issue is, if a Fox 1 and Fox 3 jet shoot at each other, the Fox 1 jet is tactically screwed unless the Fox 3 jet makes a mistake. The reason why is the Fox 1 jet needs to stay pointed at the Fox 3 jet to maintain radar lock, otherwise the missile miss, but also needs to turn away to dodge the incoming Fox 3 missile. Turning away breaks the lock. Thus, even if the Fox 1 jet goes for broke, the Fox 3 missile will always hit him first, provided the Fox 3 jet turns away and runs directly away from him. And you can't maintain radar lock if you blow up, so the Fox 3 jet will always escape. Therefore, what I want to do is to get in chat and start saying obnoxious stuff. I'm going for a pompous and punchable tone, not a mean and toxic tone. It's subtle but important. If you're punchable, people want to kill you. If you're toxic, people just want to leave the game. So if I sound punchable, all the enemy players will be encouraged to fly after me and kill me. But they can't actually kill me. Instead, by flying towards me, they provide me with an opportunity to force a head-on, and they're actually just giving me the best chance of shooting them down before my teammates, so I can get the kill on them, not my teammates. It's straight up bait. It's just so different from flying like a low rank 8 plane or like a rank 7 plane. And now that the enemy team has been so thoroughly whittled down, I can switch things up and come all the way up here, and now I'm hiding in a cloud, and I can rain death down on them from above. not only have they lost so many teammates that there was really no one to spot me up here, like they're not going to know I'm here, but if we exchange missiles, their missiles now also have to fight gravity. Mine gets a gravity boost because it's going down. As you could tell, I specialize in bushwhacking people. There are people who will easily beat me in a fair, honorable dogfight, but I don't want to have a fair fight and they can't make me, so it's a bit of a moot point. Also, as you might have noticed, because the enemy team has been snowballed, there's so few players left and I'm playing a game mode where missiles reload, I can start firing, 2 or 3 missiles at the same target, and it is really hard to dodge them all. Your not getting shot at in the first place skills are definitely more important than your missile dodging skills if you have, 4 Micas coming at you from an optimal range. Speaking of Micas, I should probably explain the Mirage 2005F, since I guess this is doubling as my video review of the plane. So the Mirage 2005F is a pretty generic plane, as far as the plane itself goes. If you've flown like, a plane in War Thunder, this will be familiar to you. The Micas are hands down the best Fox 3 missiles, although I haven't tested the AAM-4s yet. I have heard good things about them though, and it may be close. I was, however, absolutely shocked at how useful the Magic 2s were. They are way more useful than AIM-9Ms at this tier. Magic 2s work very, very well at very close ranges. However, AIM-9Ms don't really turn well right after they're fired, so they excel at medium range, but that's also a range where Fox 3s excel, so AIM-9Ms don't give you much of a capability improvement, Magic 2s do. Overall, this jet is amazing and I love it, but that's mainly due to the missiles. The most annoying thing about this jet, however, is Moz. You can set a keybind to turn it off, but you have to do it every time you log in. Welcome to playing a French jet. There's always like one pointlessly annoying thing to deal with. Now, I don't know if you ever met a Frenchman, but they'll be like, ho ho ho, I am Marquis, Pierre, John, Jock, Jim Jam, Bubble Slam, Hoobly Croissant. Fear the wrath of my hyphenated name, and then they twirl their unusually small and curly mustache. And it's like, who let these people build fighter jets? I may be stereotyping the French a bit. Last time I made fun of the French, I got some hate mail. I guess I should read some of it. Hey, what's the difference between what you said about the French and what Rainbow Voldemort said about the Polish? Well, 1, sarcasm, 2, the French are a dirty people, so it's okay to make fun of them. Blah blah blah, something about protected groups. The French aren't a protected group, they're a feral horde of steel eaters who occasionally get moody and guillotine people who don't understand obvious sarcasm. Blah 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 blah, racism. Hating the French isn't racist, it's xenophobic. I have nothing against the Walloons, for example. However, let's be real for a moment, the Flemish are really just Dutch people who don't have dikes. Some more complaints, yada yada yada. Thank you for reaching out to the Aoyalai Pay Customer Service Center. Your viewership is important to us, please take a number and your call will be ignored in the order it was received. Alright, but with that, let's get back to the game. Now, despite my best efforts, my team is still losing because this is a domination match and no one ever plays the objectives in domination, so I've been telling my team to please cap the points. The coast is clear, I've already killed everyone for you. This works and we managed to eke out a very narrow win. My own team was pretty bad too. You get a lot of really nutty kill streaks if you're in a domination match where your team and the enemy team both suck, because the games go on and on and on. As I hope you've learned so far in this video, all of this stuff looks really easy if you have no idea what's going on. If you know what's going on, you're like, wow, this is complicated. I used to get so many comments back when this channel was still relatively small from people being like, bah, arcade is so easy, bah, bah, unrealistic sheeple, bah, bah. And it's obvious that they are missing fundamental skills they don't even know exist. So my standard response to them was always to say, okay, so if it's so easy, go kill the entire enemy team by yourself and send me the video. And I would have a lot of people, tell me that's such a mean and or obnoxious way to talk to people. I mean, that's not the mean part. The mean part is that they tried. They probably spent a few hours really, really trying. I said that to a few dozen people. None of them ever sent me a video, but a lot of them sent me excuses. Why argue with these people when you can just trick them into spending a few hours proving your own point to themselves with their face? If you want to shut them up, it's way more effective than words. Anyways, I hope you guys found this useful. Like and comment to feed the algorithm, and if you subscribe and ring the bell, you won't need to remember how to spell Aoyalai next time you want to watch one of my videos. If you want to see someone use my own tricks against me, here's my F4 Ice video. The MiG-29 SMT is tentatively scheduled for next week, unless I decide to cover the JH-7A instead for some reason. Or I might make an F-104 guide. Or I might just do something else, I don't know, I kind of do whatever I feel like.